Are you enjoying your early game in Rise of Kingdoms? Are you at a stage where you're thinking about which commanders to invest in for KvK 2 and 3?
Well, you came to the right place because today we are going to give you top 5 marches for KvK 2 and KvK 3 spender and free to play versions, both of them. Hi everyone,
Ladus here.
and M.
So, the first one we will look at is the top 5 marches that we recommend for KvK 2 and 3. Now, I have to say that in the spender version, the marches that we are going to recommend are the marches that I actually used for multiple KvK 2s and multiple KvK 3s. Yes, there has been times when we tried few different things to see which one does better, and the marches we'll recommend is the outcome out of that. So first up, we are going to have a look at the low spender or free to play version. Now, one thing I have to mention, the reason why we kept both lists the same is because whether you're a free to play or a low spender, you're more likely to have these commanders. In terms of how upgraded they are, they may vary a little bit, but then as long as you have a legendary commander for KvK 2 and 3 at 5, you're somewhat alright. If you have them at 5-5-1-1, then you're perfect. But even at 5-1-1-1, some of them you can start using. So that's why we're keeping them similar, expecting that the free-to-play players can have most of these commanders at least as at 5-1-1-1. So that being said, M, do you want to start?
Yes,
Okay, so which one, where did you save them?
I saved them in yellow. My first march is Richard and Ethelfled. Richard is very tanky because Richard heals and Ethelfled debuffs the enemy troops.
And there is a one more thing that I want to add. So Richard has a skill where it slows down enemies, and then Ethelfled actually gets a bonus when it's hitting slowed down enemies, snared enemies. So that's why this pair kind of goes well.
Yeah.
And this way your Ethelfled stays alive for much longer to continue applying the debuffs.
Yes. Now, Charles Martel and Sun Tzu. Charles Martel has the shield, and Sun Tzu can do more damage because it can hit 5 targets.
Yep. So again, one more thing to add. Sun Tzu generates rage when it's hitting multiple targets, and that way Charles can do more shields, and Charles actually increases Sun Tzu's skill damage as well. So that kind of helps.
Yeah. So, number 3 is Alexander and Constantine. Alex has a shield and does damage to enemy troops, and Constantine helps all our troops take less damage.
So to add to that, I don't particularly think that this is a great march, at least not as a one troop or 1v1 situation, but in a group battle, we wanted to have Constantine, and we thought Constantine is a good place to fit in with Alex as a secondary, because your Alex gets targeted quite often, and this is where Constantine can help your Alex last a little bit longer.
Yes. So, our 4th troop is Kira and Yi Sung-gai. Kira and Yi Sung-gai both can attack 5 targets.
So this is one of those marches that'll die easily if they are targeted, so you have to be careful with it. But to be honest, there's not much of a better option for getting some kills, because the other archer commanders that are much better comes in Season of Conquest, but not really in KvK 2 and 3, which is why you rather not invest in any other archer commanders until you're in Season of Conquest, if you're free to play or low spender.
Yes. Saladin and Khan. That is our 5th march. Saladin is very tanky for cavalry, and Khan and Saladin both do a lot of damage.
That's right. So Saladin and Khan is kind of an obvious choice, because both of them you can kind of use without being max. Saladin 5-5-5-1 and Khan 5-5 usually does alright. and it's definitely better than the other cavalry options that you have. So just recapping your marches, M.
Yes.
So the first one, we have Richard and Ethelfled with infantry. We have Charles and Sansu with infantry. We have Alex and Constantine as infantry. So 3 infantry marches, 1 archer march in Kira and YSG, 1 cavalry march as Saladin and Khan. So that's your 5 marches. Now again, as long as you have all these commanders, the legendary ones, you should have the epics max. The legendary ones, as long as you have 5111 or maybe 5511, you're good to go. Same for free to play, same for low spenders. So that's it for the free to play low spender marches. Now I'm going to switch over to my account. So now we're going to be looking at the spender version. So that's big spender and medium spender, top 5 marches for KvK 2 and 3. Now disclaimer, all these marches we have been playing in multiple KvK 2 and KvK 3. Yes, we did some variation, we tried few different things, but then if we did KvK 2 or 3 again, the recommendation coming up are the 5 marches that we would be using. Now the first one, very obvious, Alex and Sansu. That's a given march that everyone will recommend you to use. Infantry, obviously. Now the second march, we have YSG and Mehmed. Now I could have gone with Elcid here rather than Mehmed, but the reason why we like Mehmed is because he allows us to bring more troops in KvK 2 and 3. That's very important because you don't have crystal tech, and then Mehmed can hit multiple targets as well, which Elcid can't. So that's archers, obviously. Now we are using a second archer march, which is Edward and Tommy. Now Edward and Tommy, unless you are more of a bigger spender, you're probably not going to have them maxed. But even if you have Edward at 5-5, and if you have, with some luck and skill resets, if you can get Tommy to 5-1-1-5, because you just want her for the poisons. So as long as you can have a good Tommy with a high poison, that kind of works. Now the next one is cavalry. So we have Saladin and Minamoto. Saladin, again, very tanky. We have Minamoto for one of his skills where he sometimes makes the enemy troop that you're targeting take more damage, so that's very useful. And not that we have too many choices anyways cavalry wise. Now the last march is cavalry as well. So this is where we are using Khan and Freddy. Now with Khan, everyone knows he does a lot of damage, he gets targeted often, but then at the same time I got YSG there as well, so how many marches is gonna get targeted often? So I don't feel that unsafe taking Khan out. And behind Khan, if you have Freddy, then he heals Khan a little bit, and Freddy does some decent damage as well, and most importantly, that march can take more troops out, which makes Khan's damage even bigger. So these are the 5 marches that we have. Just saying again, if you're a big spender, you're probably gonna have all these marches maxed out. In my case, I'm not a big spender, but the reason why I have them maxed is because I went back a couple times and did KvK 2 and 3 couple extra times. That's why I did manage to get them maxed. But in your case, as a medium spender, if you don't have them maxed, as long as you have them 5-5, you're good to go pretty much for all these commanders. And nowadays you have skill locks, so even after doing 5-5, you can take them to level 60 and then still work on the skills that you want later on. M just pointed out that I saved archers in my cavalry march, so she just poked me a little and she didn't know whether to disrupt the recording. So yes, I'm going to update that now. So just covering the marches again. First march, Alex Sansu with infantry. Second march, YSG Mehmed with archers. Third march, Edward and Tomiris with archers. Fourth march, Saladin and Minamoto with cavalry. And last march, Khan and Freddy with cavalry. So that's it for now. So I hope you guys get a bit more idea from this video around which commanders should you be investing in, and these are the commanders that will probably give you more kills in KvK, which is what we all are after anyways. So, bye from Ladus.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification button so that you never miss a video.